Welcome to Deep Relaxation. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great class.
Welcome everyone. My name is Bryan Nupp, and I'm honored to be here in extension of our community programs with the Eldersburg Library. I'm so glad we can continue to connect virtually in this way and have this platform where we can share our practice. So much gratitude. Thank you to all the facilitators for the opportunities. And thank you for the viewer for taking this opportunity for yourself to take some time for your well-being, to nourish and nurture peace and love in your own body and mind. So if you're not already seated, please come to a seated position. You can sit up in a chair. You can sit comfortably on the floor or a bolster. Just take some time to really focus on being present here in your seated position. The theme right now in my life, in a greater degree, but in our practice right now, is going to be all about allowing. Really just trusting and allowing. So it's almost like the message is to get out of our own way and let the intuitive wisdom within us guide us through this practice. And so as you come to a comfortable seat, or at any time in our practice tonight, if something doesn't feel quite right, allow yourself to observe that. And then you can ask yourself what you have to do to make things feel right. That could be a physical thing, or it might just be a story. So the big theme for tonight's class is allowing. As thoughts come up, we just allow and bear witness to that. And as thoughts leave, we just simply become aware and observe everything that unfolds. So from our comfortable seat, we're going to start by allowing the breath. Just witness your breath. And if you're familiar with the Ujjayi breath, Ujjayi in Sanskrit is translated to the breath of victory. This is a really visceral breath against the back of the throat. It might be kind of hard to convey over technology here, but it's almost as if I was breathing with my mouth open and I wanted to fog up a mirror. I would make a long, drawn-out ha sound. And so just kind of begin to experiment with that perception of the sound with your breath as it passes against the glottis in the back of the throat. It's almost like you're trying to fog up that mirror, but with the lips sealed. And then feel that warming breath against the back of your throat. This is a really deeply grounding breath. And that if you practice this for 3 to 5 minutes, you'll start to feel a warm sense of peace and well-being really in and around your throat and heart. So let's do that now. Just simply observe the Ujjayi breath. And if you're still not totally sure about that breath practice or how that works, just let your breath do what it knows how to do and witness that. Allow the breath to flow in and out. Allow yourself to continue unwrapping the course of the day's events so that you can be more present here. Bring the palms to touch against the center of the heart. And continue to simply bear witness to your breath. We're going to open our practice here now with a mantra called the Om Triambakam mantra. And this is a really special mantra which pays homage to the cycles of life and death, timelessness, really helps to focus our mind, that is our right thoughts, to translate into right actions for our body, just to be present. If you know the mantra, please sing with me. If you don't know it, feel free to hum along. Then exhale completely, and I'll open our practice with this mantra. Sugandhi Pushtivarana Udari Kamida Vandana Vidyurshya Mahalita. Next breath in, open your heart, open your arms wide. Allow yourself to receive this breath in and this big heart expansion with the arms outstretched wide. And as you exhale, bow your head towards your heart and bring the hands to touch the center of your chest. And again, inhale and feel that ecstatic opening, that lifting through your heart, expressed with your breath and your open hands and arms. And as you exhale, bow towards that timeless wisdom of the heart center. That timeless wisdom is love. Again, in opening your heart to this great force of love in the universe. Exhaling, recognizing that raw power of love that each of us has in our own hearts. Again, inhale. Feel that expansive in-breath, drawing vitality into your body, into your open heart. Feel that slow exhalation, bringing you back to a point of reverent and humble presence, head bowed to heart. Let's do this once more. Exhale, bow your head to your heart, hands touch. Good. Now we're going to go ahead and come up to standing, all right? We're going to start to limber up the whole body with some shaking. Maybe we'll even get us some tap. We'll see. Let's go ahead and come up to standing. Now that we've set our intention to create this space, go ahead and come up to standing and just start to walk in place. Just observe how your feet lift and lower to the floor. Good. And then just find whatever your natural stance is. All right, when you're up on your feet and you're all set, go ahead and just start to shake the hands and arms. Allow the arms to just flip anything that you don't need away. This is a really beautiful cleansing practice. The simplicity of just getting up and shaking. Animals do it. Birds shake and ruffle their feathers. Dogs and cats will shake to refresh themselves. And so we're going to, in a similar way, begin to shake our limbs and just allow our body just to be relaxed and free-flowing. Let fresh, oxygen-rich blood flow through your arms. You just kind of shake out the shoulders. It's okay if you feel a little goofy. It's a little less embarrassing than being in class, I guess. You can keep all of your most secretive dance moves to yourself over there. But just shake and just feel this harmonious releasing of anything that's tight, stuffed away. Give everything a real good shake. About another 10 or 15 seconds. Keep shaking it out. You can walk and shake, or you can stay firmly planted. Good. And come back to stillness. Pause. Observe how you feel after a quick bout of shaking. Now go ahead and bring your right hand up to your left collarbone. And just with your fingers, start to explore this space up here in the collarbone. Okay, you can feel the collarbone. And then I want you to find that little notch right underneath the collarbone. So you have your chest, collarbone, and then this little divot right in here. I want you just to inhale and just feel your hands soften around that space. And as you exhale, just gently with your fingers, just pulse or rub into that little divot under the collarbone. Boosting the immune system. Yourselves a little detoxifying touch here. Inhaling, feel the softening of your right hand over your heart. And as you exhale, just very lightly press your fingers into that space. 3 or 4 times total is enough. For this last time, we'll just go ahead and bring our left arm right about shoulder height. Really firmly press energy out through that left hand. All right? And just slowly start to circle that left hand. Clearing our heart line of anything that's not us. Really trying to declutter our emotional and mental and spiritual body. Really keeping things that are truly sacred and special and authentic to us in our heart center. Go ahead and relax your left hand down now. Left palm forward, relax the right hand down. Now just observe and allow yourself to notice any differences between the right and left side of the body. Chances are right side is ready for some love. So before we get into the clearing of the heart line, we're just going to inhale, bring our left hand up to the chest. And again, I have my collarbone across here, and then just right underneath the front of the shoulder and rotator cuff. And just inside that is this area I'm just going to very gently press with my exhalation. Again, right hand turn forward. I'm going to inhale. Just feel the hand soft and supportive against the chest. As you exhale, just gently press your fingers into that space. This is a little more subtle than our big stretches. It's still very important to connect with ourselves in this way. Inhale, relax the left. As you exhale, just gently press. When you're ready, you can lift that right hand, strong energy pressing out of the way, and begin to circle the right hand. Breathing in and breathing out. Second, palms turned. This time, go ahead and inhale and sweep your right hand up and overhead. Gaze up. Keep the heart lifted. Core engage and just reach across. You could even, if you want to, reach up and grab that hand. Really working on lengthening that side body. You could also keep the left hand on hip. And go ahead and sweep that right hand around behind. And then we'll do the same thing on the side. Left hand, really focusing on this lateral stretch. Eye gaze can turn up. Hands can interlace if you wish. You might like to just keep one hand resting down. Lengthen that side body. At the peak of your stretch, when you're ready, just like a backstroke, you're sweeping back, keeping that heart open. And we'll go again, other side. You can make this sort of a flow, almost like a turning water wheel. Make it your own. Feel all that opening energy. When you're ready, inhale both hands up and overhead, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, hands travel down through the midline, palms touching. If you can, point your fingers down towards the floor, a little bend in the knees. We're going to come down for our forward fold. I want my feet to be about hip distance here. You can have the feet together if you prefer. Relax the head and neck. Just gently shake out the head and neck. Let's inhale up halfway. Trying to keep a nice long line here on the back of the body, the back of the neck. Inhale on that halfway lift and exhale. Just melt the torso back down. Chin tucks in. Again, inhale up halfway. Heels firmly pressing down. You probably feel that opening through the hamstrings too. And one more time, let's exhale all the way down. Inhale, return to standing. Heart open, hands lifted. And exhale, hands touch. Move through a few rounds of sun breathing, which can be equally grounding as much as it is warming. This is a really beautiful moving meditation that would pretty much work into every class. You can do this literally every day, 3 times a day, to experience great benefit. Anytime it calls you, you can sun breathe. Let's go ahead and exhale, hands touch in front of the chest. Inhale, stretch the front of the body long, reaching back. Exhaling, stretching the back of the body as we dive forward, bowing forward into this exalted forward fold. Inhaling up halfway. And exhaling. Inhaling. Feel the stars, the celestial bodies above. Exhaling, hand to the midline. The human being is the bridge, heaven. Inhaling, heavenly energy up above. Exhaling, connecting with the earth beneath our feet, the great mother. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, release. Slowly come back to standing. Heart open, hands open. palms touch, and press. Good. Again, allow yourself just to be here without any desire for what's next or what was. Just check in right here and now. We've been doing a lot of heart opening, just really simply lifting and opening the chest. And now we're going to work into Garudasana, the eagle arm pose, which really gives us a nice stretch and equal energetic, emotional opening for the back of the heart and the back of the body. So I'm going to inhale. I'm going to bring my hands out to the side. My feet are set. We're just going to focus on the arm movement, the first part of eagle pose, and then we'll bring the leg wrap in for a balance challenge after. So I'm inhaling, arms out wide. And then I'm going to exhale, cross the arms right over left. As you can see, I've got my right arm over my left. And then I'm going to try and bring the backs of the hands together. Okay? Now, if I can, let me see here. So I'm in my eagle pose. I'm going to try and get these fingers wrapped around to take hold of the palm. Okay? If that doesn't work, I can grab a hold of a belt or a strap or something instead. Okay? Then once you have that eagle arm lock, you can inhale and lift the elbows up. And exhale, drop the elbows in. And so we really want to try and keep the shoulders relaxed back and down, even as we come into our stretch. So if you feel like your shoulders are coming up here, allow the shoulders to relax back and down. And go back to the stretch. If this is not accessible for any reason, you can even keep the arms crossed and just see if you can reach back to try and grab a hold of the shoulder blades. And you can experience a similar kind of opening here. Next exhalation, slowly unwrap the arms. Sweep the hands up and overhead. Big breath in. And exhale, hands out. So we're moving to our eagle arm stretch on the other side. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, left over right this time. Backs of the hands together if you can. You want to try and wrap the fingers in straight. Otherwise, you can use a scarf or a strap or something. Keep the hands closed. And then again, in the same way, just observe what happens when you lift the elbows up and when you drop the elbows down. Feel that opening through the upper back muscles and energetically the back of the heart. Processing and releasing any grief, sadness, grief that digs so deep, be the catalyst for joy to inhale, unravel the arms, up and overhead, hands reach high. This time let's exhale and just take a nice bow forward. Relax the shoulders, head, and neck. You can just give a little shake side to side. Let's inhale, come all the way back to our standing position. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time for our leg balance here with the eagle legs, but I'll demonstrate it really quickly. And this is a great way to build strength and also well, to build strength in the legs, but also to actually help reset the SI joint. So if your hips are a little wonky or if things are just kind of like crunched or not totally right, this leg wrap is actually really great at helping to reset the hips. What I'm going to do, I've got a wall here close by. I'm going to just use to steady myself. I'm going to lift my right leg up, right knee, and I always like to take a few of these pulses just to really start to stretch that hip flexor. You can even put your fingers there and feel that hip flexor as you lift the knee, right? And the eagle leg wrap, this leg's going to come up, this leg's going to come over and across, all right? And it's almost like I'm going to have a seat, so it all kind of happens at once. And so you might like to just kind of keep your hand on a wall to help steady you. You might like to bring this foot to the floor or a block, or if you want to, you can see if it's right. You can maybe even wrap this foot all the way around behind, all right? I can really feel my hips are level and aligned. I'm squeezing the legs tight together, and I'm really lifting up through the belly. I can balance here. Let your eyes rest on a single point during this balance work. If you need to just take a second and step or adjust anything, please do. This is not a competition by any means. Just spend a few more breaths on this side, our eagle. If you're ready, you can slowly unwrap, take a few steps, shake it back out, and we'll go ahead and switch. So again, I'm gonna come up, I've got my hand just on this wall here to help me out. And I'll lift this left knee. I'm gonna take just a few pulses, get a feel for this side. And then I'm gonna begin to wrap this left leg over and across. The side's a little different. I'm checking back in with my hips. I'm gonna lengthen up out of the waistline. And you can sink back as far as you want, almost till your sit bones are like parallel to the floor. Come back and go to squat here. If that's what you need out of your eagle pose, you might like to just kind of be perched up a little higher right here. It's all good. Now to bring the two together, and we're not going to do this, but I'll just demonstrate. You can bring your eagle arm in for a full Dardasana. If you're called to do that, you can. Otherwise, just enjoy the benefit of that leg strengthening and hip reset. Go ahead and cross. Go ahead and just kind of drop the hip side to side, forward and back. Good. All right. We're going to go ahead and come back to our mats here. I'm going to go ahead and sit. I'm going to bring my left leg out in front. One thing I wanted to show you guys real quick. I know I'm kind of a stickler for this. I know it's been important in my own journey with yoga. Is when we get into some of these forward folds, it's really easy to kind of start to slouch here. It's even easier to trick ourselves into thinking we can stretch further than maybe we should or we need to. And so alignment is really the key to helping maintain the integrity of these stretches, to keep us safe and to make the stretches effective. So the first thing we do when we come to sit, at least for myself, I like to make sure that my hips are square. It's really, really easy to kind of get the hips out of sync. So hips are squared, all right? And then I'm just going to make sure that I'm not slouching, sitting up nice and tall. I've got my left leg extended out first. I'm going to go ahead and inhale, bring the hands up and overhead. And as I exhale, I'm going to reach out. And I'm really focusing on the lower back here. So as soon as I start to feel that stretch in the lower back, that's it. I'm going to come back up. Inhaling up, and then exhaling, reaching. I really want to maintain the integrity of the shape of the spine here. So I'm really not like forcing reaching out like this. Okay, I'm just trying to keep my back flat and just simply reach. Really important you keep both of these sitting bones anchored back and down. They might want to kind of start to shift again. If they do, reset, and then bring your awareness back into the stretch. Focusing on the back of the body. It's like this dance between ease and effort. Flowing your breath. One time, inhale, lifting, exhaling, lengthening. And let's reset. We'll go ahead and extend our right leg out. We'll go ahead and bring that left foot in. If you find that your knee is way off the floor, you can always grab a prop, a blanket, or ball. Right leg extended. Right, you're gonna take some time to readjust here and get my hips squared. And then we'll begin. Hands up. Exhaling, lengthening, trying to maintain the integrity, shape of the spine. Lifting, exhaling, flowing forward. Observe what your range of motion is. Whatever it is, however far, however not so far, whatever it is, just observe and be so glad that you can be aware of that and that we have the ability even to experience this, to be alive, to have this practice. Hands up, exhale, relax. Right. Go ahead and come onto our backs here. All right, we're gonna give them some hip opening and some lower back here. So go ahead and just start with the feet on the floor as such. Okay. Take a moment to observe this change in level. We rest horizontally. And return your breath down. We'll start by hugging this right knee towards the chest. A nice squeeze. You can keep your left foot on the floor, or you can extend that left leg long. Whatever feels better for you. Deep breath in. We're going to hug the knee in. As the exhale, I'm just going to simply extend this right heel up. So right toes stay pulled back to me. Other important thing, I'm noticing that my right glute is lifting up off the floor, and I need to keep that right glute down. So right glute's going to make a little shift down. And this is where if you have a yoga strap, this is really kind of nice. You can really fluidly work in here. But you can just as easily hold on to the back of the leg. All right, so inhale. and exhale. Inhale, pay attention to your knee joint, your hamstring, your body, your breath. Observe how these things move, how we're put together. This is the range of motion for the knee. It's a hinge joint. It just hinges. We're just nourishing that with these very slow, mindful movements. Every exhalation, you drive through the heel. The right glute presses forward and grounds down. And if you're at the point where you want to just hold here, feel free. If you want to get into a little bit more of like a subtle somatics practice, you can work through this kind of abbreviated range of motion, but it also involves the foot and ankle. Inhale here, and then exhale. You point with the foot, and then flex with the foot. So you can kind of play with this, what's referred to as nerve glide technique with the stretch. Just about 3 to 5 more breaths. Slowly go ahead and lower that right foot back down. Drop both knees out to the side, and then bring both knees back together. Do this 4 more times. Observe any subtle differences between right and left side. See if you can get both sides to work together. Reach a state of calm. Let's go ahead and do our ligament protecting exercises here. These, as simple as this is, there's really a lot of benefits. Our knee joints, hamstrings, that mindfulness of our feet, legs, those are all put together. The same thing, breath practice in, breathing in. 30 seconds on this side. You want to explore a little nerve gliding on the side, a little bit of coordinated effort from the point to the flex of the foot, in addition to the hamstring stretch you can. If you want to just hang in that static, deep hamstring stretch, you're welcome to do that too. Ready? Go ahead and release that left foot back down. Good. Go ahead and reach your arms out to the side, like a T shape with the arms. And move into a little bit of a lying down twist here. I've got my knees stacked right over my hips, shins parallel to the floor. Really important, keep those shoulder blades on the floor. And then just gently drop your legs about a foot over to the left. And then back to center and over to the left. Let go your lower back, readjust. A little snap, crackle, pop. We're working on some of this torso movement side to side. So stretching the lower back. Get some fresh energy to flow into the digestive organs. Next time that your knees are over to really whichever side you want, I'm going to twist over knees to the left first. Go ahead and just keep them there. Now, furthermore, I want you to notice how your knees are stacked. I can observe that my top knee is about a whole hand's width in compared to my bottom. And so if you want to really start to stretch in here, there's a lot of muscles that tie into the hips and glutes here. What you can actually do is with this left hand, kind of start to encourage this by just simply resting your left hand on the outside edge of your right leg. You can even look over and maybe just kind of intentionally try and stack the knees, bringing that right knee over. You can complete the twist by looking over your right shoulder as you reach out the right fingertips. Be present. Feel how wonderful that twist is. Whenever you're ready, you can bring your head and neck back to center and prepare to twist to the other side. So bring the knees all the way over to the right. And here's what I was talking about, that stack of the knees. And this side's a little different for me. It's not quite so far off. And so really I'm just trying to shift this knee to stack left over right. I can just do that by keeping my right hand here. I'm going to go ahead and look over left shoulder to complete this stretch through the neck. When you're ready, head and neck back to center. Go ahead and bring those legs back to center. Give both legs a great big hug. And go ahead and place your feet flat back. Tuck the shoulder blades together on the back. Get our feet, knees, and hips in alignment. Let's enjoy a nice bridge pose while we're here. Take a nice deep breath in to prepare. As you exhale, press up through the hips. Squeeze the glutes. Tilt the chin away from the chest. If you want to, you can take a bind by reaching the hands underneath the body. If it calls to you and you want to, you can extend one leg and the other leg. It'd probably be pretty hard to extend both legs. Last nice press, inhaling, pressing down through the feet. Exhaling, release the hands into the bind, untuck the shoulders, and slowly lower the glutes back. Gently roll the head and neck side to side. You can let the hands step to the side or take a moment to bring the hands against the belly and chest. Witness your breath. Observe your breath. When you're ready, we're going to transition into our Savasana, our guided deep relaxation. So you might like to slip on some socks or a sweatshirt. Your temperature might drop just a little bit while you rest. If you prefer to come back to a seated position for if that's just more comfortable, or how you want to close your practice, that's fine. Otherwise, get nice and comfortable, horizontal. Your time to get comfortable. Returning to that intention of allowing. We all have circumstances in life where ultimately we have to allow what will happen. We have to relinquish our personal control or micromanaging, or even the attachment to a result. We have to allow whatever will happen. So we nurture this ability to allow by resting here, fully present, aware, relaxed. It's a product of our yoga practice and our intention to use this time to become better focused and aligned with what we need. So the tool or practice, the prayer that comes to mind, at least for me, and I hope this is as impactful for at least someone out there as it has been for me, is this prayer and practice from a Hawaiian tradition called Ho'oponopono. This literally means to set things in right order. And it's a simple 4-step practice. You can make the dialogue about anyone or anything that is relevant or calls to you. So as you rest comfortably in Savasana, you have your palms turned up in this continued expression of openness. Bring your awareness into your heart. I want you to say to yourself silently, I'm sorry. Whatever that experience of sorrow is for you, take the time to feel that, to really feel that, what those words mean when you say you're sorry. What does that evoke in your heart? First part is, I'm sorry. The second part of this practice in Ho'oponopono requires us to ask for forgiveness. So we say, please forgive me. And if you're using this dialogue as a means for self-healing, interpersonal healing, and with the relationship between you and yourself, this is a really powerful turning point where we can shift from just feeling sorry, from experiencing that grief or shame or whatever it is, and now we can bring in the power of forgiveness. We can forgive ourselves, forgive others. That's ours to give to ourselves, the power of forgiveness. Please forgive me. Part 3, invoking now spirit of divine love. Simply saying a heartfelt, I love you. All the care, passion, love, I have that for you. And again, this can be a dialogue with you and yourself, you and a deceased one, you and somebody that this can be applied to any of your relations. Sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and then thank you. Feel that deep gratitude that completes that cycle of healing inside. You can get really, really deep with this work and this prayer. Sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. Breathe and be with this for a while. Allow love to occupy your heart. Feel that gentleness, that love. All of its simplicity and complexity. Deep divine love asks nothing of us. Feel that shift originating in your heart. The shift which originates from the heart as you continue to repeat, process, and explore the depths of this prayer. The grief and the sorrow is like wind or water that carves out a deep cavern. The forgiveness helps to relinquish the story and the hurts along the way. It's forgiven. It's done. And in that deep cavern which was carved out by our grief and sorrow, now we can bring the love back in. And we can feel that love that much more deeply because we've gone through to experience that sorrow. Those things that we've done that have hurt others, intentionally or unintentionally. Even things that we didn't do, we can still have that deep compassion and bring the forgiveness and the love back and making peace with that with your thank you. and your mind, your body, and your heart is sustained by the limitless power of love divine. You feel this deep peace, love in a fundamental way right now. Cellular way, in a miraculous way, you experience this deep love, peace in your own heart. Your own heart awake. The miracle of life here. Gently touch your first finger and thumb. Allow the tip of your thumb to rest lightly behind the teeth of the mouth. Let your relaxed breath so, so, so. This closing chant, this mantra, is loosely translated as such. May the entire universe be brought from illusion into reality. May we awaken in our heart of hearts, our heart of self. May the light of truth universal overcome all darkness. May victory be that light. And gently start to wiggle your fingers and maybe venture to open your eyes or keep your eyes closed if you're still in that deep unspoken place within. Welcome to rest here as long as you'd like. Rest here as long as you like to complete your healing process. You're ready to rise from your rest. Come back to a seated position and allow one hand to rest against your heart and the other hand to be turned up towards the heavens. Whether this prayer is directed to yourself, a loved one, perceived enemy, its power is not lessened. I'm sorry. so much for taking this time to be present with, to get into this subtle aspect of our well-being, and with our intention and our prayers, begin to recreate ourselves from the inside out, to receive and experience all the joy, peace, and love which is our birth. Jai, thank you. Thank you for joining. Close our practice with stay. Namaste.